Hi, I'm New York City Council member Ben Kallos, and I grew up watching Captain Planet. I was 9 when Captain Planet launched in 1990, and it had a huge impact on me. As an American growing up in New York City, I was a fan of Wheeler. I definitely wanted to be as cool as he was, and that being said, if you know me, I've never been cool. I'm all heart, and I have to admit, I most like my tea. It was one of the few shows aimed at adolescents where the main characters were mere mortals. In most episodes, the kids were able to make a real change in saving our planet, from cleaning up litter to rescuing animals from oil spills. The powers granted by the rings were almost ancillary to the story. The stories in each episode were real and grabbed from the headlines. The Exxon Valdez spill was in 1989, and the images of the oil-covered animals washing up on beaches remain in my mind to this day. Oil spills remain a threat to this day, with 168 since the Valdez, including Deepwater Horizon and multiple incidents involving the Keystone Pipeline. While Captain Planet and Gaia frequently appeared towards the end of episodes, especially when the villains showed up with super polluting devices that Captain Planet would often beat, the moral of the story was always, the power is yours. This was incredibly empowering to hear as a 9-year-old who saw my peer group saving the planet. That's when I became a Planeteer. Since then, I've discovered that hoggish greedly is real, and lived long enough to see many of the climate-destroying machines get invented and become a reality. In 2013, I ran for City Council here in New York City on a platform that rejected the corrupting influence of big money from the likes of Dr. Blight and Sly Sludge, aka corporations, real estate developers, and lobbyists who would literally raise our parks to build 700-foot tall towers for other billionaires. No sooner had I gotten elected than we had the 2014 People's Climate March, where I met Captain Planet, or at least someone dressed in costume, and right next to them I got to meet my hero and inspiration, Barbara Pyle. Since then, I've been focused on saving our planet, because saving our planet is the thing to do. Here in New York City, with mass transit, with daily ridership of 5.5 million people a day before the pandemic, cars are not our major source of pollution. It's actually our buildings, like Trump's various towers throughout the city. So I co-sponsored and helped pass the Climate Mobilization Act, or the Dirty Buildings Bill, through car building retrofits to reduce their carbon footprint. Last year, I worked with Extinction Rebellion to pass a resolution declaring a climate emergency, making our city the largest on the planet to do so. When kindergarten students asked if we could pass a law to ban toxic pesticides from being sprayed in parks and playgrounds, I introduced legislation, and after 7 long years, we passed the strongest law in the country, as the next generation of Planeteers learned that they have the power. Now, for every step we take to save our planet, eco-villains will strike back. Natural gas companies demanded a carve-out from the Climate Mobilization Act, but fossil fuels are the past, and we need to move forward with wind, solar, and even tidal. I voted against my colleagues who are already cutting away at our progress, so our fight is not over. The power is yours.